Good morning. Welcome to Patrice's Projects. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and I always come out and check my garden first thing because, for one, it's really, really hot here in California. And I like to do the harvest first thing in the morning, which is usually the best time, especially if you're doing like tender greens or something like that. Today I'm going to be showing you just a quick tip. I've shown you before how to hand pollinate cucumbers. You can also do the same thing with zucchini, which is right behind me. And you probably don't see any flowers on it right now, but there's one tucked in there, right over here. And that's a female flower. And there's no male flowers on it right now, so it would be difficult for me to have a bee pollinate it for me since there's no male to pollinate it. One thing that you can do, and I didn't mention this in the cucumber video, because normally cucumbers produce a lot more male flowers than female, except for, I will show you, I have an anomaly over this way, and I'll show you that too. But one thing that you can do to pollinate a female like this plant here produces almost all female flowers. And so there's actually 3 plants in a row. Oh, I keep almost falling over right here. The one right behind me produces almost all female flowers, and then the middle one produces about half and half, and the end one is mostly male flowers. So if I only had this plant behind me, I would have a real problem. However, one thing that you can do so that you can pollinate this lonely female flower early in the morning is when you want to be checking your cucurbits, or melons, squashes, cucumbers, things like that, gourds, because that's when their flowers are open and they're fresh. In the heat of the day, they're going to wither. In fact, in a couple hours, it might be too late for me to hand pollinate this because the sun's going to be out and it's going to be warming up. We've been having temperatures of 100 degrees every day lately. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I've saved this male flower. This is about 5 days old, and I saw online, and I don't know where it was I saw it. If anyone knows where it is, go ahead and put that in the comments, and then I'll give credit where credit is due. But you can refrigerate. See how nice and healthy that flower looks? This is 5 days old. And you can refrigerate them. She said up to 3 days. This is 5 days old. So I'm going to see how this works. It still looks nice and healthy. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But you want to take the male flower first thing in the morning when it's open all the way, it's nice and fresh, and it's full. It's not withered. You don't want ones that are already starting to curl in on themselves. So let's go ahead and unbag this and pollinate. I've done this several times this year because this first plant here was growing almost all female flowers, and that was almost all male flowers. So I found it very useful. See, this one is starting to get a little bit old and soft, but it hasn't been used yet, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. One thing that I did a few times was because I'm having such a low flower production, is I have refrigerated it more than once, one flower. This one just doesn't want to open up. Okay, I've gotten to the male stamen right here. I'm go ahead and put it right in there, move it around. And I always look to see if there's going to be females blooming soon, and that way I know to keep a male flower. But I've had such low flower production, every time I see a good male flower and no females open, I go ahead and harvest the male and refrigerate it. Over here I see some females just about ready to bloom. There's a male there that's not quite as ready. Oh, it looks like I missed a male flower over there, and there's a female just about ready to open up. I'm going to go ahead and keep this flower and see if I can use it again. I'm also going to take that closed up male flower and see if that one will work. I know it's a strange angle, but this is the best way I could show you my cucumbers. Oh, here's that male flower I was talking about. See, it's closed up here at the end. That's the freshest one that I have right now. And there's several females ready to open up, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that one as well. Since the pollen is fresher than the other, let's just hope that it works. So this is the cucumber plant over here that produces almost all females. I've only seen, I think, 2 males on it, and I've gotten already 4 cucumbers off of it. And I think you can see one hanging right here. There's more over on this side, and there's several small ones on it. And right now on this particular plant over here, this is from this plant on this side. This one, okay, this is just vining one branch upward and then one down. This plant over here has vined all over the place. It's got like 7 or 8 branches coming out. This one was producing all male flowers to begin with, and it's finally setting fruit now. I think you can't see any on that side. There's some over here. For the first few weeks when this one was only producing female and that one male, I was very fortunate. I planted 2 of the same variety. Normally I plant just 1 of each type, but because it was so late in the season when I planted this, I wanted to make sure that I had one that would do well. This particular plant over here that is producing almost all female, when I planted it, the next day it got really windy and I hadn't staked it or anything, and it wasn't going up the trellis yet, obviously, because it was just so small. It had broken the stem, and it healed, but I think that might be why it produces so many female flowers. They want to reproduce before they die. So anyway, yeah, now this one is producing some females as well, but the one with one vine going up, one going down, that one's producing the majority of what I am eating. Here I'll try and show you. Here's the broken stem of the one that produces almost all female flowers. There's a cucumber, there's a cucumber, and you follow the stem up, you see no males. And then there's a few more females. There's a little female there, and up at the top, I don't know if you can see it, there's a tiny little female. There's no male flowers growing on that one at all. And then there's a branch going downward, has more cucumbers. This is all the other one, and it has a few branches going around the side there. You see a combination of males and females. There's a female right there in the middle, some males over that way, another female up there. So this one has a nice combination. I've never had a cucumber that vined out so many branches. It's going every which way, and I didn't give it very much room. We'll see how it does. That's all I have for you for today. I hope it helps you in some way in production in your garden. If you have tips to increase production in your garden, go ahead and put that in the comments down below. Or if you have any questions or just want to say hi, put that as well. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please do that now and click the bell button for notifications of upcoming videos. And I will see you next time. Bye.